Hello America, this is Call of Duty Goddess. Today is March the 18th, 2016. I'd like to do a video today on counterintelligence, also known as COINTELPRO. Now I'm at the FBI website in a place called FBI Records, The Vault. And it says here, the FBI began COINTELPRO, short for Counterintelligence Program, in 1956 to disrupt the activities of the Communist Party of the United States. In the 1960s, it was expanded to include a number of other domestic groups such as the KKK, the Socialist Worker Party, and the Black Panther Party. All COINTELPRO operations were ended in 1971. Although limited in scope, COINTELPRO was later rightfully criticized by Congress and the American people for abridging First Amendment rights. So, I'm going to read this part again. All COINTELPRO operations were ended in 1971, according to the FBI. Okay? Well, here I am. I'm at FBIAgentEducation.org. Well, they're hiring for counterintelligence. Careers for FBI special agents in the counterintelligence division. The role of special agents in FBI's counterintelligence division. Special Agent Counterintelligence Division job description. So wait a minute. Hey, somebody's lying here. So I thought, what? So I went to, I continued on the FBI website and I put in counterintelligence. And this is what I came up with. Spies haven't gone the way of the Cold War. Far from it. They're more prolific than ever and targeting our nation's most valuable secrets. As the lead agency for exposing, preventing, and investigating intelligence activities on U.S. soil, the FBI works to keep weapons of mass destruction and other embargoed technologies from falling into wrong hands, to protect critical national secrets and assets, and to strengthen the global threat picture by proactively gathering information and intelligence. Well, how nice of them. Thank you, FBI. But you're lying. So, I mean, has the definition changed, or are they just lying their asses off? I don't know. So, let's head over to Washington's blog here and go to an article titled "Pentagon Seeks to Manipulate Social Media for Propaganda Purposes," dated July 20th, 2011. It states, the Pentagon is looking to build a tool to sniff out on social media propaganda campaigns and spit some counterspin right back at it. On Thursday, Defense Department Extreme Technology arm DARPA unveiled its Social Media Strategic Communication Program, or SMISC. It's an attempt to get better at both detecting and conducting propaganda campaigns on social media. SMISC has two goals. First, the program needs to help the military better understand what's going on social media in real time, particularly in areas where troops are deployed. Second, DARPA wants SMISC to develop the military play in social media propaganda game itself. This is more than just checking trending topics on Twitter. The Defense Department wants to deeply grok social media dynamics. So SMISC algorithms will be aimed at discovering and tracking the formation, development, and spread of ideas and concepts on social media, according to DARPA's announcement. Now, I have a perfect example of that on my YouTube channel. For instance, this video here, U.S. soldier finally gets help from Virginia Congress. I exposed a dirty little secret of Islam, the totalitarian system that's masking itself as a religion. And their dirty little secret is called botchabazi. And I talked about it in here. So what happened was I was stuck on 174 views. And even to conduct a further experiment, I spread this in a purposeful way to groups knowing that they would watch it. and it stayed at 174 views for 3 days. And I know I was getting more views on it than that. I guess it's to prevent the trending thing that's going on. So let's continue with Washington's blog here. SMISC needs to be able to seek out persuasion campaign structures and influence operations developing across the social sphere. SMISC is supposed to quickly flag rumors and emerging themes on social media, figure out who's behind it and what. Moreover, DARPA wants SMISC to be able to actually figure out whether this is a random product of the hive mind or a propaganda operation by an adversary, nation, or group. Of course, SMISC won't be content to just hang back and monitor social media trends in strategic locations. It's about building a better spin machine for Uncle Sam too. Once SMISC latches onto an influence operation being launched, it's supposed to help out in counter messaging. Now, I just want to tell you a little bit about myself. I had an awakening in '07, and I've studied so many things. And due to the targeting, when I had my awakening, I joined the Tea Party and went to numerous rallies. And I found that when I went to rallies that were well over 1 million people there, that either it wasn't being reported on, or if it was reported on in the mainstream media, it was tamped down. I think I was at one. I know there was well over 1 million people at one rally, and Fox News, I was on the phone with my sister that day. Fox News was reporting that there may be 10,000 people there, and I'm looking around and there was well over 1 million. So I started recognizing right then that they were using tactics, the mainstream media, Fox News, and everything. So I then started studying their tactics. I studied Francis Fox Piven, Richard Cloward, Saul Alinsky, and all the whole gang, the think tank gang who write their nasty little books and dedicated them to Lucifer and all that good stuff. So I've studied this. So I'm not a professional at anything by any means, but I've studied the tactics and techniques, and that's why I use my little logo, that Statue of Liberty holding a gun, because I've learned how to, for the most part, use their techniques against them, just like they do to us. So instead of that Statue of Liberty with that little light in her hand, I took out that little light and put in an assault rifle to send a message. So I found early on that the tactic that was being used against me was to silence what was really happening, ignore it, or try to tamp it down to make it smaller than what it really was. So that's what I choose to do with the trolls on the internet. I use the same tactic that was used against me. So I want to tell you as well that I've been targeted too. A person did a part 1 and a part 2 on me, and they weren't really good, and it was kind of stupid, and I laughed it off and commented on the post and left them a video explaining everything, and that was it. I didn't even watch them both fully until right before I started this video. I wanted to have all my facts straight and stuff. So first of all, they say that I started this account here, Call of Duty Goddess, in 2012. Well, this account was not started in 2012. It may say that because I had to get a Gmail in 2012 for the particular smartphone that I purchased. So I was forced to get a Gmail account when I bought that phone in 2012. I didn't start this YouTube account until, well, you'll see. But anyway, they tried to debunk me as a disinfo artist, and they have a right to do that, but they're total liars. They have no proof. So think about this in logical terms. Why would someone or people only focus on what YouTubers are doing and then make videos on them? It's Totally outrageous. I would never do that. That's totally out of character for me and most people on YouTube, unless they're paid to do something. That's me thinking logically. Correct me if I'm wrong, but who in their right mind would just follow and look at people's videos and try to tell them they're liars, but COINTELPRO? Who would do that? So I'm going to continue and I'm going to go ahead and debunk what this person said. By doing that, all I have to do is play this video here. In this video, I posted it on my old account, COD Goddess, and on Call of Duty Goddess, and it was published on January 11th. Both of them were published at the same time. So let me just let you listen to this, and that's it. I'm going to leave it at that.
Hello, America. Today is January 11th, 2016, and I would like to share with you that I have another YouTube channel. I started a couple months ago, and I got a feeling that I may be losing my old one soon, so if you could subscribe to my new one, that'd be great. I have 2 strikes against me on my old account, and I decided to go ahead and follow this Malheur refuge crisis, the takeover of that on a daily basis because I've been following it anyway, and I didn't want to sensationalize it and try to get subs from it. And there are a lot of people doing that, and they're reporting lies and stuff, and it's really getting to me. And I literally follow this every minute of every day. I've been watching it very closely, and I prayed about it, and I decided that it would be beneficial to share what I know and what I learn on a daily basis about this, because there's a lot of corruption. It goes very, very deep. Anyway, subscribe to my new YouTube account. I'll leave the link below. Let's get started on this.
Okay, so I said that, and it's dated, and actually you're looking at a picture. I was on my COD Goddess account looking at Call of Duty Goddess, and I had only posted one video that was 2 months old. So I started my YouTube channel back 3 months, when I said I did. But my Gmail, which is connected to all of this, and most of you will probably know this, was started in 2012 when I purchased my smartphone. And lastly, this article here from Freedom Outpost, which was dated January 30th, 2016. I subscribe, by the way, to Freedom Outpost, and imagine my surprise when I got an email and it had my video attached to it. It said Call of Duty Goddess posted this enhanced video. After this posted is when I got a lot of subscribers and a lot of views. So I just wanted to show that. I have no idea who this reporter is. His name is Tim Brown, but I thank him for doing that. So that's done there. And I didn't want to go into this because I'm not about feeding the beast. I'm not going to do it. But I want to show you examples of what I've went through with the COINTELPRO. So with that being said, let's go to other areas of the COINTELPRO. So let's go back to a different article from Washington's blog titled How to Spot and Defeat Disruption on the Internet, posted on August 13th, 2012, subtitled The 15 Rules of Web Disruption. And it has hyperlinks to 13 rules for truth suppression, 25 rules of disinformation, and disinformation, how it works. We've seen a number of tactics come and go over the years. Here are the ones that we see a lot of currently. Number 1, start a partisan divide and conquer. Fight or otherwise push emotional buttons to sow discord and ensure that cooperation is thwarted. Get people fighting against each other instead of the corrupt powers that be. Use baseless caricatures to rile everyone up. It says, push the author into a defensive posture. Sidetrack opponents with name-calling and ridicule. This makes others shrink from support out of fear of gaining the same label, and you avoid dealing with issues. See, so all of these YouTubers that are being targeted out here, including me, there's a reason behind it. And the people that are doing it are COINTELPRO. They are. So do a debunk video on this one, please, COINTELPRO out there. Number 5, pretend that alternative media, such as blogs written by top experts in their fields without any middleman, are untrustworthy or motivated solely by money. Number 6, coordinate with a couple of others to shout down reasonable comments. Use an army of sock puppets. You can either hire low-wage workers in India or other developing countries as AstroTurf. If you work for the government, you can hire military personnel and subcontractors to monitor social media and correct information which you don't like. Now, that we're seeing everywhere, and I just showed you one example that the FBI is hiring. The Army, the military is hiring out the yin-yang for this. If you go to the Alphabet Soup websites, you will see that most of them are hiring for COINTELPRO. Number 8, censor social media so that the hardest hitting information is buried. If you can't censor it, set up free speech zone to push dissident into dank dark corners where no one will see it. Protect the rich and powerful by labeling any allegations of criminal activity as being a conspiracy theory. Number 11, be incredulous and indignant. Avoid discussing any key issues. Instead, focus on side issues, which can be used to show the topic as being critical of some group or theme. This is also known as "how dare you" gambit. Use a straw man. Find or create a seeming element of your opponent's argument which you can easily knock down to make yourself look good and the opponent to look bad. 13. Hit and run. In any public forum, make a brief attack of your opponent or of the opponent position, then scamper off before an answer can be fielded, or simply ignore the answer. Number 14, question motives. Twist or amplify any fact which could be taken to imply that the opponent operates out of a hidden personal agenda or bias. This avoids discussing issues and forces the accuser on the defensive. Now that I see is what's happening to us YouTubers. They are trying to make it so you won't do research, you won't expose more. If you are trying to debunk people and telling them constantly, well, that takes away from your research. That takes away from what you're doing. That takes away from the truth. That takes away from exposing the truth. And that's a tactic. And if they can keep you on the defensive, defending yourself, and most of the YouTubers out there don't need to defend yourself. Your record speaks for itself. But there's got to be a point when you say enough is enough, because this is not going to go away. I've showed you ads for the FBI for COINTELPRO. There are many other ones in all the agencies, as I said before. So do you think it's going to get easier, or do you think it's going to get harder? That's just how it goes. Part of the solution is knowing the tactics and what they use. I use tactics based on what was used on me, based on what I'm familiar with. I was ignored, and then when someone attacked me, I basically ignored them. I did state my case, and I did, leave a message and a link to the video, but I left it at that. And I did see some posts saying, "Who are you? Where did you come from?" And they were parroting exactly what that guy had said on the video. And it's all good. I'm good with that, because I know who I am. I know why I'm doing it. And most of you YouTubers out there know it too. And it pisses you off when you do your research and you try to be a good person and you're thinking about, what you're leaving for your kids. So we know their tactics, most of them anyway, and there's plenty of blogs and articles out there to describe them if you're not familiar with them. So part of the solution is knowing the problem. And this COINTELPRO thing, it's pretty wide range and there's a lot of people doing it. But when you see a YouTube channel that's only targeting YouTubers, well then there's something obvious going on there. And they do it, in my opinion, to distract you from your work, to upset you, to make you stop doing what you're doing, to make you want to stop doing the right thing and quit, because that's their job. So the COINTELPRO is a big operation and it's just going to get bigger and bigger. To stop it from happening, I've seen some techniques that were quite good. I thought they were pretty hilarious there. And it may not be the same as mine, but hey, it's not my business. I just gave an opinion, and opinions are like assholes. We all got one. Anyway, this Call of Duty Goddess signing off, and as always, I've got your 6.